Good morning, everyone. I just want to announce to everyone that only delegates and alternates substituting for a delegate can sit in the designated area, and others, please sit with the residents, which is over there, and the delegates over here. And by the way, we're sorry that the seating is a little bit different today than usual, not as spread out. And that's because there's some new people in janitorial and they didn't know. So the next time around, you can be a little bit more spread out and you won't have to be so close to me. Okay, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. Bertha, can you let me know if we have a quorum? Okay, so we have a quorum. Thank you. Alan, would you do the approval for previous minutes?
The minutes of the June and of the July delegates meeting were never taken because we didn't have those two meetings. So the last one we had was June. Has anyone found an omission or an addition or a correction to the June minutes in the newspaper? If not, is there any objection to accepting them as already published? Yes. We had an executive board meeting, but not a delegates.
Okay, I'm going to call on Chief Jody to make the security presentation and report.
Good morning. My name is Jody with United Security. I'm here to present the monthly report for August. For miles patrol, we had 5,282. Pre-authorized calls, we had 6,281. For contractors, we had 625. Elevator malfunction, we had 4. For auto accident for July, we had 2. For August, we had 2. Welfare checks for July, we had 8. For August, we had 4. For fire, we had 0 for both months. For ID confiscated, for July, we had 40. That's 17 for the clubhouse, 23 at the gates. And for August, we had 73. That's 15 for the clubhouse and 58 at the gates. Any questions? Expired IDs, yes. Residents also that are using IDs that don't belong to them and giving it to their guests.
Just want to say, please stand up when you have a question and just say what your name and where you're from, okay? Appreciate that. Was there anything else, Jody?
1 minute.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Jody, I listened to your report, and there was no mention of the recent problems that we had in the clubhouse with the electrical. I understand a lot of that work was necessary and planned in advance, and that's all well and good. But the security aspect that I want to...
Excuse me, Fred?
Yes.
Excuse me. That's going to be addressed in my report.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're going to have a... oh, I'm sorry. Morning.
Good morning, Mona Lloyd Dorset.
Two questions, Jody. You mentioned accidents or car accidents. There was what appeared to be a pretty severe incident with a car running into a tree over on the main road here, and it was there for several days. I guess I'm puzzled why it took so long for that to be resolved. And then my second question is, when you confiscate an ID from whomever, what is the next step that you do as far as contacting the owner of the unit, or what do you do when you get either an expired or a confiscated ID? Thank you.
The resident was waiting for the towing company to come in. They were having some issues when it comes to insurance and payments. When it comes to the IDs, we do, if it's a valid ID, say you give your ID to your aunt and it's a valid ID and we confiscate it, we do reach out to the resident. When they come to us, we inform them of the rules as to why they should not give that ID to someone else. If it's an expired ID, we don't reach out to the resident. The guards at the gate do let them know that they need to go to the ID office to get that ID renewed. Security also wants to thank all residents that have been cooperative with us when it comes to their decal. It's with the decals, when you come to the gate, if the gate arm does not open right away, I know you guys see security walking over with a clipboard. We do turn that to the ID office, which so far has allowed us to change over 718 decals. So we are asking you guys to continue to be patient with us so we can get the decal information so the ID office can continue to update your decals so the process through the gates in the residence lane can continue to go smoothly.
And then one more.
Susan Ortsman Preston. Are all of the IDs, like my daughter has an ID, would her ID also be affected by that when she comes in?
Does her ID have an expiration date on it?
Well, we just got it for 1 year so far.
If it has an expiration date on it, once it's expired.
Oh, okay.
If she has your ID and your owner, take it from her as well. Your ID card. The decal, we send
Can't hear in the back. Use the microphone.
I don't hear.
we send them.
What happened to the mic?
Does it continue with all the decals like that, or is it just a certain amount of decals?
No, all decals, once the gate doesn't open.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Zipporah Pollock from Cornwall. I just wanted to know what was going on. There seemed to be some incidents in Sandshaw with a guy being arrested a number of times. And our concern is if he lives here and he's a convicted felon or whatever, how does that affect the rest of us living here in terms of our personal safety?
Why is there only one mic? Getting enough. Maybe the steps in.
We are aware of the gentleman you're referring to. We just encourage you guys to contact PBSO. Administration is also aware of the situation. If he's causing a threat to you guys, we encourage you to contact PBSO. They are also aware of who he is, and they will move forward. When it comes to, because I think you mentioned something about him living here, security does not get involved with that part of residents living, HOA, none of that. So contact your HOA management. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Jody. Good report. I'd like to introduce Captain Kevin Moss. He's going to make a short presentation on safety and security. I'm sure many of you already know him and have met him. Oh, not the captain? Okay, that's what I was told. Yeah.
Good morning, it's actually Deputy Kevin Moss. The lieutenant did not make it today. So I was just, got last minute notice to come here. And the last question I heard was about a resident that you had some concerns about. As of, on the way here, I checked, he's still currently in the Palm Beach County Jail, but obviously can't speak about some ongoing investigations of what's going on. Like you said before, if there's issues with residents that are causing a threat to you, make sure you're calling PBSO 911 for emergencies. If it's an actual emergency, you don't need to be calling the HOA president if something's active and going on right now, but make sure you're calling 911 if it's an actual emergency. You can also call security if it's an issue, but call 911 first. Any other questions?
Yes, Mel?
Hello?
Hey, Kevin.
It's Melvin Fishburger from Cornwall. I'm not standing up because I got a lot of stuff on my lap.
That's why, Hilton.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you.
The holidays are coming up. Is there going to be security at the temple and at the synagogue?
Yeah, usually that's directed by the captain or lieutenant. I haven't seen their plans yet, but I know I have seen some directed patrols scheduled. I just haven't seen the locations yet.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.
Is there any other questions?
There's a lady over up in the second row.
Okay.
Hi, welcome, and thank you for coming. Quick question, or not even a question, a statement. In light of situations we've been experiencing here, the Sheriff Department has been kind enough to park a car here, and it's sort of a deterrent. And I just want to say thank you. I think that helps to some extent until people get wise and realize it's not manned, but we've been moving it around, and that's helpful, so thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, they try and move it around when they can. There's other locations that request it also.
That's helpful. Thank you.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Can I take questions from the
Yes,
residents?
go ahead, sure.
Hello, sir. I just want. My name is Raisa, and I live in Fenshaw. And I would like to know how often do you come to Sanctuary Village? Because I know that E-building had the same problem. Somebody was arrested. I saw almost every day your vehicles doing something. So you're welcome to open precinct in our village, right?
Yeah, we come here, obviously when there's calls for service, but I'll
Right.
randomly in the area, I'll drive through, hit some of the areas, but we're here.
And do you have any statistic how often, is it more often you have calls, or how many calls do you have every month? Do you have any statistics?
I personally don't have the statistics on that. I know they can be gotten, but anywhere from just a business or residence check to simple neighbor issues, to or pool issues, or crimes. But we're here some days more than others, some days rarely at all.
Yeah, but can you say that more calls, it's increased amount of calls or decreased amount of calls? Something like, I would say, approximately.
I didn't run the numbers on that one. I know there's certain residents that are, rather a resident that's currently in jail right now. I think calls in that area have obviously decreased in the last 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Stephen, get off the phone.
Any other questions, please? Okay, Thank you very much for coming. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'll see you. Okay, as most of you know, we've had clubhouse closure for a few days, and I wanted to go over, many of you don't know the reasons for it. In fact, I didn't know until yesterday. Okay, so I just want to go over the reasons for it, and I have a whole summary here that I just want to go over with you. And this is something that was presented to me by Dan, who is the Vice President of Maintenance and all. So and this is from him, not from me. Okay, I want to provide you with a clear summary of the events that took place during the clubhouse switchgear replacement and the extended power outage. On Tuesday, August 26th, after both county and FPL approvals, FPL performed the scheduled power shutdown for the project. When their crew returned on Thursday, August 28th, to restore power, they stated they did not have the necessary equipment and would need to return at that point. Concerns began to surface as FPL's engineering department later claimed they had not received sufficient detail from the electrician's drawings. This is when the blame discussion started between FPL and our contractor. As we approached the holiday weekend, FPL Engineering sent an FPL crew member to review the situation and advise how to correct it. The gentleman explained that they would not be moving the bus bar to accommodate the wire location, but that the wires could be extended by adding length so he would be able to reconnect. This created the core of the confusion between the field crew, the engineering department, and myself, as no clear decision or directive was made. At the same time, I stressed repeatedly that if FPL could provide written direction, we would follow it, but no such guidance was ever given. Because of this uncertainty, and with the clubhouse still without power, we had to secure emergency generators on a holiday weekend. Obtaining equipment, fuel, and staffing proved especially difficult and costly, adding to the strain on our operations and on the residents who rely on the clubhouse as a transportation hub. Meanwhile, there were multiple delays, shifting explanations, and last-minute cancellations. At one point, crews accused us of having forced access into the vault, which we disproved with video evidence from our security cameras showing their crew leaving the vault doors open. Now, after several days of back and forth between crews and engineering, and even arguments on the phone due to lack of clear direction, we finally received written instructions from FPL Engineering. At that point, we were able to replace the wires into the vault as a continuous run, which resolved the confusion that had been holding up the project. The matter was completed on Friday, September the 5th. This is what Dan is saying, I will be following up with FPL management to ensure procedures are clarified for future projects, to avoid placing our residents and staff in the position again, and to pursue recovery of some of the emergency costs that we incurred. Thank you. So that was, I think, in an effort to be transparent and let everybody know what took place. I think Dan did a great job, and Judy was very much involved, and we're very fortunate to have both of them, because they were here day and night, and, pardon me? Middle of the night as well. So I want to thank them, and they deserve a round of applause. Okay, so we're going to move forward.
Wait, I have a question.
Questions?
I don't know that I need the mic. Is it, why couldn't the buses run even if the clubhouse was closed?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, ma'am.
Is there a reason why they couldn't have the buses running when the clubhouse itself was closed? They are external to the clubhouse, and people could, I don't want to say people should go to the bathrooms by the pools, but it's important for a lot of people to constantly have transportation.
Okay, that's something we'll have to research and get back to you on. I mean, there's no air conditioning or anything, in the building.
Frida, as a bus rider, let me just tell you that if the clubhouse has no bathrooms, no electricity, no lights, no air conditioning, it's dangerous for people to come in and try and go to the bathroom, say, because it's dark and it's hot. There's also the bus drivers to consider who are here on 8-hour shifts, and they bring their lunches. There's a little lunchroom back there and such. Without power in the clubhouse, it's just not just it's a safety issue, I think, as well as everything else. Hope that answers some of it. Charlie will follow up with the rest, I guess.
Yeah, I have a question. Byron, I go from Lincoln. It's somewhat tangential to this, but it's still involved. A couple of our residents were at the movies on the Sunday when the clubhouse was shut down again. And they both used walkers, and they would have trouble getting down the stairs without some sort of help. And they asked security to give them a hand, or whoever was in attendance there to give them a hand, and they were told, we're not allowed to touch you. And so my question is, in an evacuation scenario, what's the protocol? I understand for wheelchairs, it's probably get fire rescue to carry people down. But what's the protocol for the many people in our community who use walkers in a situation where the theater has to be evacuated?
Fire rescue would be called to take them down.
So I mean, the reason I'm asking this is if it were, in fact, during the season at a show,
that's what would happen.
Where there's a crowded audience, where you have possibly 30 or 40 people with walkers, and it's a fire or something where you really need to get out of the building, fire rescue is responsible for all of that?
Yes, but also when you leave the theater, if you go out the side doors, and you stay there, fire rescue will come and get you there.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Oh, there's a question over here.
Good morning, friends. My name is Alvin Fanshaw. Question posed, if Dan Cruz had a scheduled maintenance meeting or a shutdown, shouldn't we be advised in advance to any of these schedules so that perhaps a notice can go out to those that use the bus for travel?
They did put an email out. An email was put out to all the residents.
I mean,
And text messages as well.
I know that thereafter, before I didn't, I wasn't aware of it, we left the exercise room.
Yeah, it was done ahead of time.
And then they should post a flyer or have a robocall.
It was text, it was on a robocall as well. That's my name.
How to find out if they're on that list of robocalls? Tell people how to sign up.
You have to sign up through, you have to sign
They
up.
go to the ID office, they have to make sure they're registered, the phone number is correct.
Okay, well, First Service is the one that handles the robocall. Well, they're the ones that provide the robocall. Really?
Everybody has to be signed up with SendList with all their information so that they will be notified. That's it.
So go to the ID office and ask if you are registered.
So go to the ID office and see if you're registered. Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Any other questions? Is that- Okay, just want to do the treasurer's report, Lynn.
I don't know. The month ending balance in our checking account is $9,454. Our CD is $30,436 for a total of $39,890. Last month's balance was $41,916. Any questions? Thank you. Okay. The M&O Committee met with management on August 20th, 2025. Present for management were Judy Milliton, Vice President, Site Administrator, Monica Wells, Senior Vice President and CFO of Centerville Recreation, Dan Cruz, Vice President of Regional Facilities Manager, Abby Hoffler, Vice President of Entertainment. All M&O members were present. Abby Hoffler reported that we are now required to purchase an air monitor system. Previously, we shared this with the two other Century villages. The cost is $25,000. A motion was made to purchase the air monitor system. It will be in this year's budget, and the motion has passed. Dan said that it will be at least another month before we start the Lyons Road project. This project will probably last between 3 to 4 months. We now can read our meters, and the city will give us last year's readings so that we can compare the numbers. Our WEAR project should be starting in early September, and our building has 400 tons of air conditioning, so as we update with new air conditioners, we receive better performances and better electric bills. Our family and friends decals are now up to 277. Thank you. Any questions?
What's the air monitor?
It's the air conditioner.
You just said, well, we're paying $25,000.
Oh, the first thing, that's for the theater. That's EAR, E-A-R, not A-I-R. E-A-R. It's the hearing. Thank you.
Okay, Community Affairs, Stanley.
Good morning.
That noise.
As usual, the usual topic is traffic. Commissioner Sachs is working with the county to come up with some sort of remedies to alleviate the traffic problems. Having a turnpike entrance and exit on Palmetto Park Road would be a big help in alleviating any problems we have on Lyons Road. The West Boca Council is working with the commissioner, and hopefully we can get something done in the next a year or so. It's been taking a long time. But this is the best way to alleviate it, because it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. Any questions?
Jerry Rabinowitz from Lincoln B. You mentioned that project come out from the turnpike, which probably an environmental could take 20 years. I asked this question once before. Was there ever any consideration given to making an exit onto Yamato? And the answer last time was, that wasn't a one-syllable answer. Last time was just no. Was there any thought or anything? If we can't do it, just a reason why, not just a plain no. Thank you, Stanley.
Palmetto Park Road was the better way to have it, because it would knock off most of the traffic coming into our area.
No, I'm talking about the village going out to Yamato from our...
Oh, you're talking about an entrance and exit?
Yeah, just an exit,
In
not an
other words,
entrance.
you're not mentioning what I said.
No, I'm not mentioning what you... I'm not mentioning, because what you said, probably environmental study, I don't think any of us will be here the time it'll get done. I'm talking about on Yamato, an exit, just an exit from Century Village onto Yamato, which will alleviate a lot of traffic, which seems much simpler, because on the new project across the street, they put one up like in 2 months. They did the little bridge and it was done. So is there any reason why we can't even think about it?
First of all, you have the canal.
They went right over the canal.
They're not like, you want to answer for me?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
I don't get embarrassed if you want.
No, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
The answer, the canal is in the way to go over. It's also very expensive, and also it's in the hands of the M&O committee and management.
Okay.
And the answer has been no, because of the expense.
Okay. As far as the canal goes, it doesn't have to be a drawbridge. There's no boats going underneath it, so it's not a mess of...
That's up to the water people.
Okay.
And that's been a difficult problem.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I can't hear you yelling.
You're talking about the canal. Never mind that. It will never happen because we live there. You do not live there. Our buildings face the canal.
Are you yelling at me, or are you just talking in a loud voice? Oh, okay. Now my hearing is improved. Any other questions? But keep in mind, the more pressure we put on the commissioner and the West Boca Council to get something on Palmetto Park Road may be helpful. Thank you.
What about the project where Best Buy is? You didn't mention anything about that. They were building homes, knocking down. You know anything about that?
That's a work in process.
Okay.
It's going to happen, but we have no control over it.
Good morning, everyone. There's really no new news on Hotwire. We're still waiting to get passage into the clubhouse. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's in the hands of attorneys on both sides, I believe, still. And then, if there's no questions on Hotwire, I'll give you the elevator report.
Sounds good.
I have a question.
Okay.
If they have a question with Hotwire, where do they go? What do they do?
They call the customer service number. All their buildings are posted. Yes. Okay, as far as the elevator goes, I finally received an updated schedule. Lincoln, you're all finished, aren't you, Byron? Okay, so right now, They're in Fanshawe, and they'll be there until, let me just make this bigger. I can't read it. Okay, Fanshawe ENF 9/8 to 9/12, GNH 9/15 to 9/19, INJ 9/22 to 9/28, K&L 9/29 till 10/3, and M&N 10/6 until 10/10. After that, we're going to finish up Fanshawe O and begin with Ainsley A. Ainsley A is in the week of 10/13 till 10/17. Ainsley B and C, 10/20 till 10/24. And then Newcastle, B and C, 10/20 to 10/24. Well, yes, I'm getting there. They'll finish with D and Newcastle A, 10/27 till 10/31. Then Newcastle B and C, 11/3 to 11/7. Yarmouth A and B and C and D will be 11/10 to 11/14, and then 11/17 till 11/21. 12/1 to 12/5 will finish Yarmouth and then Rexford A, the last one of Rexford. Leah has this schedule, so I urge all presidents, if you didn't get your dates, notify your camp, and I forwarded this schedule to First Service, and we'll have everything parking-wise coordinated with each association director and Leah as far as where Tri-State is to park on your beginning days. Any questions?
Okay, thank you, Regina, appreciate it.
Later.
Milt, will you do a report on the management contract? The status of it?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning also to First Service who's here at today's meeting. The committee has been working very hard, and this coming Friday, after our review, which we've done, Dan Wasserstein has reviewed the proposed contract from First Service. We will sit down with Dan on Friday, which will probably be quite a long meeting. He will explain his comments on what he's added, what he's taken out. Hopefully, the end result of that meeting will be our comments that will go to First Service, and they will review what Ivy Montero is here from First Service, who is their lead person. Thank you for coming today. Ivy and her staff will be reviewing the comments that we've made, and then my guess is we will all sit down together to try to work out something that's agreeable to both parties. And that's where we are. Remember, the contract expires October the 31st, and even though that is next month and it's coming close, if in fact we go beyond that, Ivy and I have spoken, and we will just keep the existing contract until we sign the new contract. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
And thank you to the committee.
Yeah, you guys are doing the hard work, there's no doubt about that. Okay, we have First Service Advisory Committee. What's this? Oh, he's not here. Okay, so that's on that. Mona, do you have anything that's for Crest? No? Okay, we're not having a bylaws thing today. Okay, so the Cobrua group would be Sid.
You can't hear me without this, I'm sure. Good morning. This report may be a little lengthy, but I want to bring you all up to date on what the Cobrua group has been doing over the 4 months since we last met and I was able to report directly to you. With hopes of negotiating a financial saving for the unit owners, last spring the board made a discounted, all-cash, early buyout offer to the Levies. Our offer was rejected with a counteroffer from the Levies, which was not acceptable to us. We then made a second offer. To be clear, the only reason to offer the seller his money early in an all-cash deal with a closing at the end of 2026 instead of 2028 is if we can negotiate a discounted buyout price that would benefit all unit owners and still justify the costs of having to borrow the money. At this time, there is no new agreement. Our board will be meeting with counsel and our financial advisor to review the latest Levy counteroffer. If there is no new agreement, we are bound by the original option to purchase, and as stated in that document, there will be an election by the unit owners in the spring of 2028 to exercise or to reject the option. If the unit owners elect to exercise, the owners take control of the clubhouse and all rec facilities in the fall of 2028, and closing is scheduled for December 29, 2028. Meanwhile, negotiations continue, and in anticipation of possibly closing early, the Cobrua Group has added $1.75 to your association coupon effective January 1, 2026 to cover vendor services that may be incurred 2 years early. These are the costs for title insurance, surveys, engineering reports, environmental inspections, attorneys, accountants, appraisals, etc., etc. And those costs will be the same whether we close in 26 or 28. If we don't close early, we can always lower the assessment in the next 2 budgets. If there's an overage, it will become a credit to the unit at buyout. Lastly, when we consider whether or not to exercise the option to purchase and at what price, it's important for us all to remember the unit owners automatically take over control of all community services on December 29, 2028. That is, we take control of all roads, water management, lighting, buses, security, etc., and those are the largest part of our Send West coupon. In other words, when we do get to election, if we decide not to exercise the option, we will still own and control the roads, the buses, security, lighting, and everything except the clubhouse and the rec facilities. Having said all that, before I ask for questions, I've asked Mona to give you an up-to-date financial report for us.
Thank you, Sid. So currently, we have a checking account balance of, $52,475.11. We have 3 CDs, and the amounts of those CDs are $75,000, $20,000, $25,833.59. Total balance right now is $173,308.70. Thank you.
Okay, any questions for me or for Mona?
Milton Fishberger, Cornwall. As some of the people in this room know, it has taken us quite a long time to get to this point on the contract for management services. And the reason I bring that up now, whether or not we take an early buyout from the Levy organization, or it comes in the end of December of 28, we need to start thinking about who's going to manage the services that are currently being done by the Levy organizations, as you just mentioned, all the roads, common areas, etc., notwithstanding the possibility of the clubhouse and rec services as well. So I would ask Charlie to start the process, and don't volunteer me. The process.
I always think of you first.
I know, but I thank you. But there needs to be a process that starts fairly soon so that we know who's going to take care of things. Now, we know something has to be taken care of no matter what. So that company that's going to do that needs to be resolved.
Yes, we do have, there are a lot of questions that are open if indeed we do exercise the option and take over. And we do have a checklist, an agenda, and we do have a lot of things in mind that have to be taken care of. At this point, though, the important thing is to decide, because if we are going to close early, it's just a year from, it'll be January of 27, and it's getting very close. So I just wanted to bring you all up to date on where we stand at this point.
Hi, Susan Ortsman Preston. As you know, Sid, our lease is not expired in Preston until 2030. So if we go earlier, then we have to pay 4 years instead of the 2 years, the door charge to Levy.
Everything is under negotiation, but I doubt, and that's just me, I doubt there will be any effect on the runouts. Every association's runout is different, and it's very hard to reconcile something where the people on the south side who have 2 months will not scream and holler if indeed something works out for the people on the north side, and vice versa. But please be assured we're taking all of these things into consideration, and we're going to try and do the best for the community as a community.
Okay, thanks, Sid.
Mildred Say, Mansfield. Can you be more clear on what we will lose if we don't take the clubhouse? You said the clubhouse and the recreation facilities?
Right, clubhouse and recreation facilities are what's being offered in the option to purchase. Did I cut you off? I was starting to answer. Did you?
No, I just want to be clear on what we will lose.
That's what I'm going to. That's what I'm going to try and give you some of the negatives. I haven't prepared that, but first of all, when your leases run out, Levy will still. I shouldn't say Levy, and I don't want to be negative. It's really the Levy organization. It's not Mark himself. They're lovely people. They've been working with us. So don't take it negative when I say Levy. But the Levy organization can raise the rents that we pay now. Every month in your coupon, you're paying, oh, for the clubhouse. I'm only talking about the clubhouse, the tennis courts, and the rec facilities. That lease can be raised. There's also a possibility that the Levy organization can sell the clubhouse, and we've got brand new people to deal with. It also could be that they can take outside memberships for people who live in the community and want to come in and pay money to use our pools and our tennis courts, our beautiful new pickleball courts, and we won't profit from that. If we don't buy the clubhouse and exercise the option, we have no say in anything that is done with the property that we've been paying for almost 50 years. Lynn, you had another you wanted to add? Oh, okay. But there are several others, and I just can't off the top of my head. But that's basically the negatives.
So pools in the individual, like Mansfield, Preston, and all of that, we lose that also?
Yes. The pools belong to Sen West. They do not belong to the individual associations. That was a change that was done, I don't know, probably, I think before my time even, which is, yeah, about that before my time, 30 years ago. So it's all the rec facilities and the clubhouse, and as I say, the tennis courts, pickleball, bocce, and everything else that we enjoy, the facilities here. The buses we have no matter what. You get them, but you're paying for them. Actually, so anyway, I think truly in the next several months things will develop and we will know. We will have a much more definite idea, because as Milt has said, if we are going to close early, we've got to get on the ball to start looking at a management company and start doing our surveys and doing audits of the Sen West books. And all these things have to be done before we can even advise that it's advisable to exercise the option. In other words, we have to investigate what we're buying, or we can't really advise the community to exercise the option. So it's all on the table. Anything else?
Mitchell Schaefer, Brighton. I understand in the four-story buildings, the one major lake that goes all around them would be part of the recreational facilities. The three-story buildings also have their own particular lake, and right now that's covered by Sen West. So that's another thing that has to be thought of. Also, if the pool...
Your question is are the lakes part of the recreation facility, or are they community services? I can't answer that because I don't know.
Also, the satellite pools are controlled by Sen West. If that is then purchased by Century Village, if the pools go under the purview of the particular association, there's also property, grassland property, parking lots that are around these pools in the three-story buildings, not necessarily four-story. Is that also any thought in the contract of who's going to control that? Does it go to the association, or will that stay with the...
I'm sure it's in the documents at this point, and I can't answer your question. It was something I would leave to our attorneys, to the surveys, to the title people, and that'll all come out as we do engage these professional services to give us very clear answers. Anything else? Thank you. Oh, I had promised you a town hall meeting in the fall, but since we're still not at any place where we can give you any definite answers as to what we're doing, we're gonna put it off. There will be one, but I can't give you a date right now.
Okay, any old business? No. We're gonna hold that to the end, okay? Any other old business? Okay. Okay, any new business? No. All right, Carolyn's gonna make a presentation.
No, not a presentation. Good morning, though. No, good morning. I just want to let you know that this year, again, we will have a veteran celebration. If you could please mark your calendars for Thursday, November 6th. It will be in the party room here from 1 to 4 p.m. And so, of course, we're going to invite the entire community and are hoping that the veterans will also all participate. If you are interested in being a volunteer for that event, we need a lot of volunteers to put it all together. So please let me know, either after the meeting or anytime you see me. If you're interested, please let me know. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Carolyn. Okay, good and welfare delegates. Okay, good and welfare residents. Oh, there's a question, I'm sorry.
Well, I wasn't sure if I mentioned this. Just informational for everybody that's here. I'm sorry, Diana Stillwell with Cornwall. We have a sports club. One of the sports we're going to start is a bowling league. So I just want to mention to people if they're interested, it'll be a drop-in type league. You don't have to come into every week. If you want to know more about it, let me know. We're going to have a free bowling night on September 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. I would just need to know in advance who's going so I can tell them how many lanes we need to reserve. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. What they call it, Lucky Strike. It's in Boca. It's on Military Trail.
Okay, good and welfare residents. Another question.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, delegates, neighbors, Fred Hadley, Cornwall, E. I am on the list that is used to notify us by SemWest. And my question is, do we know how many people have bothered to enroll? Obviously, it's a voluntary thing. If you don't go to the ID office, you're not on the list. Do we have a number on that? Out of 5,712 units, approximately how many have voluntarily enrolled in the notification program? Not the theater, but the emergency list. Do we know what that number is?
I don't know the exact number.
Yeah,
What I heard is that it's around 1,000, but I don't know.
Around 1,000. Okay, so about 20%. Okay, my point is, tomorrow is September 10th, which is like a national holiday in Florida. It's the peak of the hurricane season. It doesn't mean we're going to have a hurricane tomorrow. It means over history, September 10th is the likeliest time. So we're at the tip of the bell curve right now. And only to be able to notify 20% is woefully inadequate if we do get hit with a hurricane. Now, in the last couple of Cobrua reporters, I have not seen any solicitation. There used to be a coupon that you could fill out and get on the list. Charlie, can you see to it that more is done to urge and encourage people to voluntarily give the ID office their contact information? you get a text and an email, it's really, really worthwhile. I know a lot of my neighbors are saying, I don't know anything about this, so we need to publicize that more. Thank you, Charlie.
Okay, I'll look into that.
I have a question about elevator project. I live in Federal A. My name is Raisa. And after this repair, you started from building A, right? So in few days after this repair finished, the elevator started to make terrible noises. For a few days, it was running with these noises. And on Thursday, it didn't work. It stopped. I came from shopping with a heavy cart, and I waited for 15 minutes pressing the button, and no notes, no information. So on the wall, we have a phone number for elevator company. I called this number, and this number was disconnected. I had a phone number for Javier, for manager. This phone was disconnected too. So I called to field service to ask who I have to contact with. Nobody answered. It was answering machine. I called again twice. Nobody answered. And yesterday, I got email from Sarah Bata. I tried reaching you via phone but was unable to connect. I have a ticket open with the Oracle. The number I call is 800-526-6115. So from Thursday to Monday, we have no service from first service. And I think it's a good idea if you change the phone numbers or you change some kind of dispatcher system, you have to inform people about it. And besides, after this repairs, the elevator is supposed to work. Do I ask too much? So I need an answer.
Okay, ma'am, you should probably speak to your association president.
No, this is a
Who is
number
here?
for Oracle company. It's not just for our association. They make repairs in all associations. So if they change the number, they're supposed to inform people, right? Make sense? You came with a heavy cart. And
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, you're going to need to go back to your association. That's what you need to do, and run that by them, because that's an association issue.
And first service is our association?
So yeah, your association, yes.
No, I mean first service is for everybody, right? No?
No. Ma'am, your president is right here, Dave. I don't know if you want to talk to her after the meeting. Okay, we want to move on, yes. Okay, Bertha, we're going to move forward. We have to move forward here.
Thank you very much. Morning for all. I read my question, but my English not much good. All right. I live in Cornell 8. My name is Victor Roncal. I'm 44 and would like to report the need to replace my elevator with a new one. The elevator is constantly breaking down. It's stuck between floors, gets stuck, doesn't open the doors. 2 weeks ago, I broke down completely, and the technical came and told me personally that is a very old elevator and needs to be replaced. Any repairs?
Sir,
Yes.
yeah, this is an association issue. You're gonna have to go to your association with that question.
Oh, all right.
An association.
But, excuse me, I complete my answer. Is possible? Well, I talked with the president, you don't know, absolutely.
Sir, we have to move on here, okay? So I gave you an answer, you go to your association for this. Okay?
All right. Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Quick question. My name is Paul Zambito. I'm Mansfield, Building B. Yeah, I had a posting of a meeting that was supposed to be on September the 4th, but the posting didn't go up till September the 5th. So therefore, there was no way to go to Fontana Road or wherever that meeting was. I don't know who posts these postings, but I wanted to bring it to the board's attention.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions? Over here.
I just wanted to clarify the lady in Fanshawe. We had a meeting at First Service. All the numbers for your vendors, every updated number, Oracle, your washing machine, your whatever for each association is being modified right now by First Service, and with your president's permission, when it's ready, every building will be posted with all the numbers. Who do you call is going to be on the header. Who do you call with the menu of all your vendors? That should be helpful. Oracle changed their number many moons ago, and let me tell you, they posted every building. So if your building has an incorrect number, Charlie was right. Talk to your director or your board president. But the numbers from Leah and First Service are all going to be posted very shortly at every building in the village for every vendor that's apropos to your association.
Thank you, Regina. That's good information. Any other questions?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was supposed to stand in line. Forgive me. Penny Mandel, and I'm in Exeter. I have two questions, very quick. One, I'd like to paint my front door. How do I find out, like, what color or association? Okay. My second question, and this is the biggie, and it's just coming from my head, so don't laugh. Why do they spend the money on such large buses? I mean, it's not even 1/4 filled. And if you got smaller buses, it would be much less to maintain. Or was it? I don't know.
The buses are leased, for one thing. Okay, so for a specified period of time.
There's really, I agree with you that the buses run empty a good deal of the time. But again, you have to have a bus, you never know when a bus is going to be loaded and when it's not. Like, you can bet that the buses to Publix are pretty much filled for every day. But then you can get on a bus to Publix and find only 3 people. So it's hard to judge, and you've got to make accommodation for everyone. And that also goes for the theaters at night. You've got to have the bigger buses available to take people home. Those are 2 of the reasons. There may be others, I don't know, but that's the best I can do.
Sid, could I interject? Could there also be a reason that the bigger buses can handle wheelchairs and walkers better than a smaller van?
I was not on the committee when the last bus contract was negotiated. So I really can't answer why these buses were chosen. I'm sorry.
Is there anything else? Okay, someone make a motion? Okay, we got a second. Meeting is adjourned.